So I'm at the front of SM City Mall. This is where we're going to begin our journey. We're going to have a look today at one street, but two very different worlds. Let's go and take a look. But I do need to turn the camera off as I enter the mall because yes, there are security guards and yes, they do carry guns. So I don't want to upset them very much. So I will see you once I'm past the security guard. So I'm past security, and yeah, you do have to take your hat and glasses off as well. And if you don't feel like walking, then just take the train. We're going to have a look around this little mall, and it's just a typical mall. You can see it's just a lot of food places, fast food places. You got Pizza Hut here, you got Jollibee's, you got KFC. You pretty much got everything fast food wise that you're going to need. There are other places to eat here. There are traditional Filipino places, but it's just a mall. A mall is a mall is a mall. And if we walk around this mall, it's quite big. It's 2 floors, but the best thing about it is it's cool. It's so cold in here. It's like so refreshing once you step into the mall. Up that little place there's just going to be, you're just going to find more food places. They've kind of put the food places in the area, in one area, and there's lots of little stalls in the middle of the corridors in the mall. And one of the things that you will notice if you ever walk around a mall is that people lose the ability to walk in straight lines. Not quite sure why that happens, but they do seem to lose that ability, and they tend to go in curves across you, and you have to have your wits about you, because as you can see, they're just not walking in a straight line. So I've had to shift direction, and now I'll continue to try and walk in a straight line. But it's not really possible. Lots of the supermarket where I normally buy my food, it's a big supermarket, and it has in there, it has a bread talk. I think bread talk is nearby here. Bread talk is where you'll get the best bread. Filipino bread tends to be sweet, but if you go to bread talk, then you'll get the more traditional Western style bread. So these are what you might see as just traditional comforts. This is part of a world where people who have money come and they hang out here. A lot of people say they come here to hang out because of the aircon. They hang out here all day so they don't have to use their aircon at home. Now I'm just going to go up the elevator, up the escalator, and we're going to take a look at the upstairs. These are just normal shops in a normal mall. So just looking down as we're going up the escalator, you get a better view. It's just a simple mall. You'll see these all over Asia. They are pretty standard for Southeast Asia, and it is where the people who have money will come to hang out. The first of the two worlds. And as we walk around up this end, hello, up this end we can see this is all electronics, and I have found drones here, and I don't think though, do you want to be on YouTube? I don't think you have fly more combo sets, do you? Just the standard set?
Standard set of what?
Like a mini 4K?
The mini 4K, we don't have any stocks right now.
You don't have stock? Well,
we have the standard.
Yeah, are you going to get a flying more combo of the mini 4K?
It depends, sir. So upon requesting the item, it depends on the office if they're going to let us have the item we requested.
So if you do get one, how much does the Mini 4K cost?
I think it's 21,690.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Compared to UK prices, that's very good. So I do want to buy a drone. I'm going to Cebu in a couple of months. So before I go to Cebu, I want to buy a drone. Thank you for talking to me.
Yes.
Have a great day.
Have a great day.
Thank you. So you can see they're pretty friendly lot. But I do get a sense that although the people who work here will talk to me and have banter with me, I do get a sense that the people, and if you've noticed, there's no curiosity here. Absolutely zero curiosity. And I don't know why that is, because if I was doing this in Cebu, I would be surrounded by people wanting to say hello, where you from, but I'm getting absolutely zero attention here in Batangas. Not that that's a problem, it's quite good actually, but I think there's a big difference, because in Cebu I'd be pestered and people would be wanting selfies, a bit like Vietnam, small places in Vietnam. And so up here we have the department stores, and we bought my TV in there, and that was also quite cheap. Huge TV for about 270 quid. I was very, very happy with that, and it does look good now. I've got cable and YouTube and everything else installed on it. Then we have hardware department stores. We have a massive department store on this floor, but I'm not going to take you around the department store. I did buy a lot of things in the department store because they had a sale over the Fiesta weekend, and managed to get a lot of money off buying all sorts of stuff. And so that's pretty much it. At the bottom here, we'll come back and we'll see more food places. They do like to eat here in the Philippines. Tayo kayo, you hear quite a lot. Let's eat. And it is a lovely place to spend an afternoon here because it's cool, refreshing. And I'm just going to go back down the escalator now, and we will conclude the supermarket tour right at this point. Once I get back down the escalator, you've seen pretty much everything of it. You can see the train is waiting. Shall I take the train to go out? I don't think so. I'm not that lazy. And I think at the bottom here we're back at where the supermarket is, which you saw earlier. So now I will finish the tour here and I'll just get out of here. So I'm starting at the back of the mall, and this is a little bit noisy because we're at the car park. This is the main car park at the back of the mall. So we're going to start this little walk around into world number one. World number one is going to be very, very different from world number two, which you will see inside the mall. Inside the mall, you're going to see people who are rich, basically. People who've got good jobs, plenty of money, and are in the mall either to spend that money, to eat, or they are there simply because they don't want to use their aircon at home. And we're going to just walk now as if we're going back to my house, which is just a few minutes walk. It takes about 5 minutes, I think. And then once we get to my house, we'll continue. I'll pick up my laundry, I think, and then I will go to the laundry shop, which is in the other direction, and we'll walk around the block. And we'll just get a contrast of the two worlds in which I live. So I will just make my way across the road now. And as I get across the road, you have to be careful that there's a couple of jeepneys just stopped over there. There is a jeepney bus station, or a jeepney park, where this is the main area for jumping on a jeepney around here. And I do have to start using jeepneys very soon. And I'll probably be Now that I can just tell them I want to go to the city centre or I want to go to wherever I want to go, I think their English is probably going to be good enough. They can tell me which one. And then on the way back I just tell them I want to go to SM Mall, so they will tell me which one. You do have to have the correct money, I believe, when you are getting on a jeepney. Otherwise, because they don't carry a lot of change. And no good giving them 1,000 pesos if the fare is only about 20 pesos. So pocket change is very valuable for jeepneys, if not for anything else. So as we walk down here, this is the way I would go back to my place from the mall with my grocery shopping. It's not much of a walk, it's in total about 5 minutes. Got a walkie-talkie going off alongside me, one of the security, who's obviously on a break. And we have a lot of little sari-saris here at the bottom of my street. They are apparently very, very popular. I think this one opposite me now is owned by a family member of the family of Mavel, one of my 3 delightful girls. And I'm actually, yes, I did go in there once, just picked up a drink. Very pleasant people. We have a little eatery alongside it. Again, haven't tried these things yet, but it's early days. And at the moment I'm just finding my feeting, even though we're 2.5 or 3 weeks, coming up 3 weeks in. Lots of little sari-stari stores if you run out of snacks or something. And one of the more interesting videos coming up is going to be my journey to the Bureau of Immigration. I think that's probably going to be the next video after this, because I have to extend my visa next week, and we're going to go and do that, and then I'll be able to let people know what actually happens there, what the cost is, what forms I have to fill in, what I have to answer, and how easy and quickly it happens, if it does. But at the moment I'm just walking up towards my house. I think you can probably see my house in the distance. It's just a couple of minutes walk away now. This street is an interesting street because it can be very noisy at times, but it can also be a deathly hush at times. And it is a very, very interesting place. I'm enjoying actually living here. And from the back of the mall, I'm going to pick up my laundry at the house, and I'm going to take my laundry up to the laundrette, which is in the other direction. We're just going to see this walk around the block in my neighbourhood. Got a food stall there selling all kinds of food. I'm tempted, and maybe one day I'm going to go and take a leap of faith and eat some food from that street stall. But at the moment I got too much stuff in my fridge. I've overspent by 1,000,000 miles in terms of my weekly shop. As I said last time, it's not a week, it's about 10 days that 2,000 pesos is going to last. And so when we get here, we get to the house. And you can see the house there. There's no traffic today, which is really cool. So you can probably actually hear me right now. So we'll just keep walking up here. You can see that this now is not mall territory. This is something completely different. And I'm guessing that the folks who live around here, as happy as they look, don't earn a great deal of money. But I've just picked up my laundry, and I'm heading for the laundry at the moment, and then we're going to walk around this little corner, go to the laundry, drop off my laundry, and then we'll take a wander up round the corner. It's a very, very hot day, as you can see, and it is going to probably get hotter this afternoon. There's a lot of motorbikes here. It's a lot like Vietnam. It's easier for people to get round on motorbikes. Just makes sense for them, and it's probably cheaper than filling up your car with petrol at the moment. So we're almost there, just around this corner. My phone's going off in my little bag here. But there's no point in even having a look at it at the moment because it's so sunny that you wouldn't be able to see the screen. So just turn this corner, you can see there's a little store there. That's why a little sari store, and that's where I buy all my stuff. And the laundry next door. Hello, how are you? How are you? Good?
Yeah.
Say hello. You want to be on YouTube?
Mama, YouTube guys. Do you have YouTube channel?
Yeah, do you want to be on YouTube?
Makikita ang ganda ko.
Yeah, you can be a star on YouTube. But I don't need anything today. Maybe when I come back I'll get some drinks, okay?
Okay.
See you later. But this girl can be on YouTube. She's a TikTok dancer, I think.
Hi, sir. No, we're in Kuya's dog.
Is that your dog?
It's not mine.
Not yours.
Kain
Whose dog?
for the owner of this laundry. Laundry shop. It's for kilo. It's 150 only. Your
'Cause-
laundry?
No, when is this ready?
Okay.
1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour?
5 o'clock on.
5 o'clock again. Okay, 150 pesos, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, see you later.
Later.
Later, Gator.
Bye. Thank you.
See you later. So you can see, I've got to know people in the shop, the sari store, and the girl in the laundry is a lot of fun. And we have some banter when I take my stuff in, and it's quite funny. I will need to pop in and get some soft drinks later because I've run out. And it's really, I really like the raspberry tea that they do here. But we're just going to walk up this street. It's very, very quiet, this little part. And so I'll probably turn off the camera here for a while until I get to the top of the street. There's not much to see. It's just pretty much this all the way up. And I'll switch the camera back on when I get to the top of the street. There's more interesting things to see. So you can see I've got to the top of the street now, and we're looking back where I've just came. It took about 5 minutes. It's going to get a bit noisier here because there are going to be a lot of traffic sounds, but we'll just let that happen. And if we go this way, go left at this junction, that will take us over the bridge over the river into the city. Haven't explored that yet. That will be for another day coming up soon when I will walk into the city. But we're going to go right and we're going to walk down here because I've found some very interesting places here. And you've got to watch for the dogs. And, they do tend to function as very good guard dogs. But if we take this route left, eventually we're going to end up back at the front of the SM Mall. At the beginning I was standing at the back of the SM Mall, and we're just pretty much going now in a circle around the mall. So we'll just let the sights and sounds carry on for a while. What you do get is very nice smells where they're selling food. we'll take a left here, a right here. And there's another little sari store. You'll find these sari stores all over the place, and they are very much cheaper than to buy little things that you need rather than buy them in the supermarket. You can see there's a BDO branch of the bank there, and not that I would use a branch like that. I will use BDO to take money out on my Wise card. I just simply transfer it from the UK bank account. It's very, very simple to use Wise. A lot less fuss than trying to use your debit card from the UK. It is a very, very hot day. And just across the street here is Ember Bar and Grill, and this is the little bar and grill that I found. I went out, had 3 beers, a plate full of half a chicken, I think it was, and some rice and vegetables, and that cost me about 550 pesos. That's about, trying to think about how much that is. I'll put it up on the screen because I can't calculate it in my head. But just around here, I think I might have gone past it, is a place called Angel Burgers, which is apparently the nicest and cheapest burgers that you can buy in Batangas. But I might have walked past it. You might not have heard me then with the sound of the lorries, but I might have walked past it. There's another supermarket here, which is a small supermarket, and probably is going to be a little bit cheaper than shopping in the mall. At the moment, I'm just shopping in the mall, and so we'll check that out in time. And one of the things that I feel, whether I'm walking around, what I can say about Batangas is that I get a sense of being very safe. It doesn't matter whether I'm walking in the dark, walking in the daytime, I just feel safe. Doing this in London, perhaps I wouldn't feel as safe. Now we should be coming up to SM Mall anytime. There's a little coffee shop there. So this kind of street that I'm walking around, the mall that I'm walking around, it pretty much has everything that you're going to need. And we can see the mall in the distance there. There's a church here, a very big church on my right hand side, and of course this is a heavily Catholic country and people do attend church a lot, and it's a very pretty little building. I'm quite impressed by what that building looks like. They do tend to keep their churches in very good nick. So that's where I'm going to conclude this video. You've had a little look around the area. Let me know what you think. Two worlds, two different places, two different lifestyles. And I'm going to leave it here now. This has been Phil. This is Scrambled Eggs, because it matters. All that remains to be said now. Stay safe, stay strong, and I'll keep you updated and see you in the next video.